Okay, so just so I'm clear. Even so, when you say, so you're saying that even though you say I endorse these Democratic Party candidates, right? Not people who are like Democrats or liberals.
I didn't say you endorse Democratic Party candidates. What I said is
you specifically did. You specifically did, and I can rewind and show you when you said that.
Okay.
But you now acknowledge that I don't, right? You acknowledge that, right?
You were not a member. You never voted Democrat. You were a member of the Green Party.
Yes.
And and you can acknowledge that I said that I make no separation between the Green Party and the Democrat Party, because when you actually did do the digging into the Green Party,
what would be a legitimate? So does the Democratic Party? You said the Democratic Party supports the military-industrial complex, right?
Of course they do.
How does in what way does the Green Party support the military-industrial?
Do you hear? In what way does the Green Party support the military-industrial complex?
Give me an example. Yeah.
Show me.
No. I want you to give me an example.
Okay. I will be honest with you. I don't look at the Green Party's policies concerning Ukraine and all that stuff. I mostly focus on like Democrat, Republican parties that actually have a chance to win and hold the seat of power. So the Green Party is to me, the Green Party is like someone saying, I vote independent.
So let me ask you a different question then. Do you feel like you know enough about the Green Party to critique their policies?
Yes, I do, because I've listened.
So if you do, then my question would be, give me an example of since you say the reason I'm saying this is because you say I fell out with the Democratic Party over the military-industrial complex. But then when I say, well, I'm a Green Party member, you say they're the same. And I say, well, the Green Party doesn't support the military-industrial complex. And you say, well, I don't know enough to have that conversation. So let's talk about a different issue. The Democratic Party supports. Does the Democratic Party support reparations?
The thing here, Mark, we're not.
Yo, check this out, guys. Check this out. So Brandon managed to troll his way onto Lamont Hill's YouTube channel, right? He got the attention of a upper echelon intellectual to the point where he was able to go on the show, right? Now Brandon, I keep saying, man, I don't know why I call him Brandon, because he's not a Pan-African, right? Even though he calls himself a Pan-African, I don't think he knows what Pan-Africanism is really, because he does not display anything that defines Pan-Africanism at all, right? And if you were to label him a Pan-African, this would be the most embarrassing interview that a Pan-African could possibly have when going up onto a higher stage, right? And this is why I say we got to be very careful about these characters on the internet. He's on, if you look, he's wearing them funny ass glasses and his flippy little hat, looking comedic while trying to have a serious conversation, trying to be serious. While Lamont Hill completely and totally suns him with basic information, and wouldn't allow Brandon to filibuster, wouldn't allow Brandon to reframe the argument, wouldn't allow Brandon to create straw man arguments. He wouldn't allow the conversation to continue until he qualifies the unqualified crap that be coming out of his mouth. He totally embarrassed himself, and Brandon will get more followers on this page because of this. Because people are following Brandon to hear the crazy crap that comes out of his mouth. He's not gaining a higher level of respect from the black community by going about the way he's going right now. And I'm just glad that Lamont Hill is black, so I wouldn't say he's embarrassing the black community, but he's definitely embarrassing himself. But he's very consistent with black conservatives who step outside of their echo chambers and they actually go onto platforms with intelligent intellectuals that have different perspectives when arguing certain points, right? So Brandon disrespected his way to this platform only to be served up. What I'm gonna put the link to this conversation in the comment section and in the description, so you can go and watch this total destruction of Brandon when he steps up out of his echo chamber of weirdos who hate women, have a negative view of black people, and just have an overall disconnection with the black culture in general. Like they have these. I don't know if it's I don't want to say it's a West Coast thing, but it seems to be black folks that don't quite live with black folks tend to go, kind of this route. Like, you got your American First Rifleman, he lives with white folks in Oregon, right? So he capitulates to whiteness. Brandon lives with gay people and gay white people in California, so he capitulates to them. You know, it's weird, right? But they all seem to be kind of different. Not all of them, but they seem to come from the areas where there's not high concentrations of black people, right? And I just noticed it. I don't know if you guys noticed it too, but Brandon totally embarrassed himself here. He's currently on live, because you know what happens when Brandon gets embarrassed, he goes on his own live to the safety of his echo chamber, and he's, you know, to get his 2 or 3 buddies that think like him, and his one female sycophant who thinks like him, and they just talk, you know, back and forth about nonsense, you know, because they never know what they're talking about with their whole chest out too. But anyway, I just wanted to make real Pan-Africans, real pro-blacks aware of the live. I'm sure you a lot of you guys may have slipped over to listen to Brandon for like 2 seconds to hear what he got to say about his the destruction that happened on this interview. He like completely like embarrassing. I would get secondhand embarrassment if Lamont Hill was a white guy, but because he's black, he's super intelligent. I've been following him for a while. I don't have that secondhand embarrassment, and I don't think Brandon is aware enough to be embarrassed, as is clear. Like, he's clearly, Brandon, just like Donald Trump, is not aware enough to be embarrassed or feel shamed about the things that he's saying, because he lives in his own alternative universe where everything he says is right and no one else is right, and his perspective is the only perspective. And if you don't have his perspective, you're a far left-leaning, super LGBTQ liberal, like, because he doesn't know anything other than alt-right conservatism and liberalism, because that's how shallow his level of information is. But yeah, this is comical. Make sure you go to the comment section. The comment section is hilarious. Everybody pretty much agrees with me. There's a consensus on who won this debate or discussion, this topic, and it's pretty consistent with even Brandon's own comment section, where he's constantly being criticized by his own subscribers, who subscribed to him, by the way, because they want to know who Boochie Bear was, right? They want to know who's this guy keep talking about Tariq Nasheed is, and they want to know who this irritating guy who wears the funny glasses, who sounds the way he sounds, looks the way he looks, but says all that stuff that he says, right? He's entertaining to a certain degree, but not to be taken seriously by any real pro-black or Pan-Africans, clearly, right? So I'm gonna wrap this up so you can go up and watch the real one, and maybe you can go watch I'm gonna look forward to watching some of Brandon's rebuttal in his echo chamber on his channel to see what he got to say, his perspective on this interview, which the consensus says he got totally destroyed, wasn't prepared. He's not at that level. There are levels to this, and he didn't meet the level today. He embarrassed himself. He didn't embarrass conservatism, because he's consistent with the way they act. He didn't embarrass MAGA, because this is consistent with every MAGA conservative black person that come on the internet and talk. They don't know what they're talking about, and they do it really loud, and it just amazed me of how they come up. What kind of trauma in their lives have they had to have to deal to come with this perspective? Like, a lot of things must have happened to them. They are definitely a result of the institutions that we live with here in America. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. Go on over here to Lamont Hill's YouTube channel and watch the full interview, and then feel free to go to Brandon's channel, where he'll be talking about it from his perspective, because I'm sure he thinks he destroyed Lamont Hill completely and totally. So that's what we're gonna do. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. This is Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.